Right, Christy actually made a very good point in the chat. She said that I agree with Adams.
Great to allow me to be a speaker on theirs. 99% of the time, you'll you will hear Hudson in the background. The distractibility there. It's for real, mate. He truly is. He's the next generation. He's the future of tomorrow, as all of our children.
So it's not something that's going to solve itself without affecting other people.
So here's where I disagree with this. Like even like in the underworld, if you have two gangsters that have a dispute, they would find a mediator and they would have what's called a sit down, and then whatever the result of the sit down is, they just accept it and they move on. And so I think that there's definitely value in being able to bring the grievance to the table and being able to talk it out, and then have a third party mediator just say, okay, look, moving forward, this is how it is. I think there's value in that. I think we can learn from the Italians.
So Roger, let me ask you this: are you willing to, or do you currently have an inventory of chairs that's going to sustain that weight for all these big bags to come in here and voice their grievances with me, to have a sit down, to sit in those chairs, and to have a conversation?
We'll have to get some comfy recliners.
Adam's I'm not sure this is by these heavy set individuals.
Hello?
Yeah, maybe I haven't been enough in your room, so I apologize for that. Don't always have time for Clubhouse, but if you're professing something that you're convinced of, anything that they can say would just be nonsensical, right?
All right, let's do the unthinkable. Cool C, what do you have to say? Cool C? No? All right.
What did you ask? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
What do you have to say for yourself?
I am always kind of truck, and you actually end up putting me down when I do speak very quickly when I have some points to say, and you're very short-tempered with me, so I don't understand that if I gotta apologize to you when you're short-tempered with me and put me down.
Would you like to?
I would like to understand.
Yeah. Okay.
What
would you like?
I'm doing wrong.
Yeah. Let me explain. You have a tendency to speak while other people are speaking, and that is my job as moderator to disallow people from interrupting others. And so I don't know if it's that your audio quality, that you don't know that they are speaking, or if that you're just not picking up the social cues. But in either case, you're disruptive to the room, whether you realize it or not.
I actually try and let people speak. There are times that I do speak up when I think there's an issue or when I think I'm right. But I often, like I said, I get thrown down by you a lot, even when I'm not speaking. Never.
So, how often do you think you're wrong?
I do come in here quite a bit. When I do see Roger's room open up, I like to listen. I like to be on stage. And I mean, there are times I've stuck up for some people in here.
Well, see, this is a great example of what you do that infuriates people. Nothing that you just said is a reasonable response to the question asked. And this just gets to the point of why you need to apologize. Rarely are your contributions relevant to the discussion.
Well, that's sometimes opinionated, like by you or Roger.
Well, the common denominator, the common denominator, though, experiences that you're complaining about are you.
But you don't always hear them out, and before I'm finished, I get thrown down.
You're welcome.
Yeah, Coolsey, honestly, cutting you off is a gift that you should thank us for.
Hey, Akima,
How should that be a gift?
how much different would this room be if all these people was black ass?
Yo, him and I were actually talking about that. Like, Hakima, were we not actually talking about that a couple hours?
Oh, yes,
This is how it would go. Fuck that nigga, cuz. I ain't apologize. He can suck my woo. I just black monkey bitch.
With five people talking about.
I don't think it'll go like that at all.
Hakima, the room that we were speaking about, did it go like that?
No, nothing like that at all.
I just like to point out that this is a trick question that no non-black people should answer.
Can someone pass the chitlins and the potato salad?
I think I can answer.
Long as there ain't no raisins in that shit, I'm down.
As long as the chicken got seasoning on it.
He said chitlins, not chicken.
Or even the chillin', as long as the chillin' got seasoning on it.
That's where I'm gonna stop you. I'm not eating that shit.
In what world does chitlins without seasoning exist?
White people's world.
In a world where I don't eat it.
And not just chitlins. How about macaroni and cheese? And how about, we can get the naming some
Hey,
shit.
I got a question. Why is it perfectly fair game to make fun of white people? But if the energy gets thrown towards other identity groups, then that's racist.
It got started. You missed the whole part. It got started when energy going toward black people. When it says about black people, don't forget to bring the chitlins. That was a shot at black people. Like, what part did you miss? So we just returned that energy.
I think that's pretty obvious. I think like it's postmodernism. It's not hard.
As if all black people eat chitlins, and I don't eat
No,
chitlins.
it's not that. It's people like actually think white people can't be racist. I don't know.
Understand that chitlins are slave. It's slave food.
Then I eat slave food.
What's up, Shay?
I guess it's okay to eat pig intestines, right?
That was the only part of the animal that said slaveholders would allow black people to eat. So, it's kind of one of those things.
Man's gotta eat.
That's probably one of the better parts because you don't know what else, once they clean them so well, what else is in the rest of the pig or the animal with the parasites.
Okay, no one's answering Roger's question. Roger has a question.
I just said hi to Shay.
You did have a question.
Well, I asked the question, but nobody wanted to answer that one.
I know.
I clearly answered the question because then nobody started attacking white people until someone made a black joke.
Right. I feel like
no one answered Roger's question. You had a question.
I feel like the question was answered in the second you felt uncomfortable. You referred it
No,
right back to the
no one answered the
right in your comfort zone. I feel like that's exactly what you did.
Hold on. P has a question from the chat. We've actually settled some feuds. Unk and Sarah have apologized, accepted apologies, and it's been a beautiful thing. I think we're waiting for Ann and KK to come. We're gonna go ahead and squash that feud once and for all.
Let Roger.
We're gonna let it. We're gonna solve that one. And then when Brad gets here, him and Kima are gonna hug it out. There's a lot of
I'm not so sure about that.
Hold on. How about the feud between Kelly and Beemaster? That's one that we don't talk about enough. B-Master, did you want to apologize to Kelly for all of the trouble that you've caused?
Yes. Kelly, I apologize.
There's nothing to apologize for, because it's not going to change. You haven't caused any trouble. I just generally find the constitution of you to be fresh.
Okay.
Is Kumbaya is going to be like an hour and a half or what?
Can I ask what specifically, Kelly?
This is a great example of it.
Asking for clarity so I could potentially not frustrate other people.
Well, no,
I'm sure if you're
the
thinking
fact that you were going to apologize for something you couldn't even have explained was the first part. The second is that you're asking for clarity. I feel like I don't know. I guess you can ask for clarity. I don't think it's worth me giving it. I guess I could just point it out when it shows up, which it generally does pretty often.
So
The best generalized way I can put it is that you like attention a lot, and it's not necessarily great for a conversation.
you hate me. You just want to hate me. Gotcha.
I didn't say I hated you. I'm just annoyed in general by how you participate in rooms. You like to center yourself, but you're not really bringing enough to warrant the attention you demand.
Why do you care?
I think you're the one that cares right now. I actually told you to not worry about it, and that there was nothing to apologize for.
Cool.
I feel like we're getting somewhere.
Those are great songs.
Me too.
Well, yeah, no, that's true, and that is true, and I will be honest, I did care, and that was mainly because when you blocked me, it stopped me from being able to come into Roger's rooms for a while.
I blocked you for a short period of time, almost 2 years ago.
I've not been on the app for 2 years, Kelly.
It was a really long time ago. It was when I first met you, because you just repeatedly destroyed conversations. And I unblocked you pretty quickly, which is always what I do. I take breaks from people, and hopefully, I hope that they take a lesson from it. I have also recognized that you're likely not going to take a lesson from any of this, so it would be useless for me to block you, because my point in blocking people never has anything to do with whether or not I like people.
Kelly's so fucking cool. I didn't know she's so smart and amazing.
Because they are just literally trolling.
Kelly's the coolest. Kelly's the best. I love Kelly.
And I don't think you're going to change. So.
I love how she thinks people aren't judging her right now. I mean, Kelly, you're one dumb, stupid fucking bitch.
We're getting closer here.
The fact that Kelly even talks down to her is all the evidence you need to know. Oh wow, a trans woman.
Hakima, do you still think I'm a racist today?
What was that?
That was Holly.
Yeah. Why would it change? I think that.
This is the funniest shit ever. Society sucks. Just FYI, society fucking sucks.
I think the term racist, I take it very seriously. It's almost
I
as bad as you
do
saying that
tattoos.
I am evil. And so
I do tattoos at home.
I think it's highly offensive,
cool.
and I think
Let's
people
get one
should take
together.
that term a lot more seriously than they do. Hakima, do you think I'm evil?
What are your
I think you're
ideas?
evil. I don't know your inner self, your inner workings. I don't know. I couldn't call you evil. But just know that I would not have called you racist if Roger didn't go around the room and ask me what I felt about you. He asked my opinion. I wouldn't have just flat out called you a racist during a conversation. But he asked, and everybody participated.
No, you were throwing around the term, and I go, who else is a racist? And I went through the room, and I I said, well, what about Holly? And he said, oh yeah, Holly 100% is a racist. But then when you were asked to give examples of why people were racist, you had no examples.
It's the way people talk, the way they're dismissive of certain things. But I don't have a diary. I don't keep a diary or a recording of everything that someone says. So I just know that if I said that it was something that they did in the previous room, that made me come to that conclusion. Like I said, I could be wrong, but you asked my opinion though, so I just answered the question.
I've always thought you and I had friendly exchanges and kind of caught me off guard. Personally, you're a grown man, you can use the term you want. My personal opinion is I wish people would be much more reticent and conservative in terms of using that term. I find it to me, it's calling someone the bottom of the barrel, low life, despicable, disgusting. Like, to think that
yeah, Kima is that. That's why he uses that term all the time.
Because of the color of your skin. And that is, to me, just an absurd accusation. I never did anything to deserve that.
Kumbaya, by the way, which with literal translation.
Well, Sean, before you get this, I just want to say, Kima had different classifications. He had racist, which Holly fit in. Then he had this other category called racist sympathizer, which he put B in, as well as J. And I'm just wondering. No, you wouldn't call it self-hater. That was a third classification. That's for Black people that don't agree with him. And so my question is,
I can't live stream anymore.
With Holly's comments there, can we at least downgrade her to sympathizer instead of full-blown racist?
I'll take my opinion back. I'm sorry to answer that question, but like I said, I wanted to say that to you during any of our conversations. You have never. You said some dismissive things about a few topics that I can't recall them all. There's one I can think of, but I wouldn't just flat out call you a racist without someone asking me how I felt. So I do apologize for answering the question.
Wow. Okay, this is progress. Holly, do you accept that?
I respect that. I apologize for calling you a racist. Not for you answer the question. I apologize for calling you a racist because it was you're not a nasty person. You're dismissive of other things, but you're not a nasty person. So
do you believe that she's not a racist then?
How you going to ask me my opinion again? Leave my opinion alone. Holly is okay. I can have a civilized conversation with Holly.
Got it. Despite the fact that she's a racist.
Yeah, just like with Brad. I done been on the stage with Brad 5 times since he called me a fucking monkey, and I didn't attack him. He didn't attack me. We conversated. He even said that we gonna have a beer to come back to Chicago, and I would have a beer with Brad, but I feel he's a racist. But
I don't think the two of you should drink together. That's my advice.
Yeah, I told man, I don't know if you know either. I'll be okay.
Yeah. Roger, I thought the most important thing I should apologize to you for is for my broken voice. I apologize to you in advance for that because I know that I've offended you greatly. So.
Say this again.
He's apologizing for his vocal fry, but you technically can't apologize in advance because you've already spoken many, many times. So.
But it's not really the vocal fry. There was a woman on here with vocal fry. You probably remember who I'm talking about, Kelly. And I enjoy hearing her speak. I thought there was something almost charming about it. But it's the combination of vocal fry with low energy, and it's the low energy and the vocal fry that's just oh my god. What's happening here? It's as if you're purposely trying to torture people. There's other ways of communicating if you're going to be low energy and have the vocal fry. So it's not the vocal fry by itself. It's it has to have other it has to be in conjunction with other things like your low energy. No, Darren, it's not Lena. Lena smelled like she speaks like she's smoked too much. There's another. I don't even remember, Kelly, what the woman's name was. Don't say it out loud, but I know you know who I'm talking about. Like she was like mildly attractive and like very intelligent, but the voice like annoyed a lot of people. But I liked her. I thought she was cool.
Aram has a terrible vocal fry tendency. Combined with condescending attitude, it's bad.
Aram actually has a very successful radio voice. I think you're just being a get her out of. But aside from that, Necro, I feel like this is a beef that is a beef that nobody really discusses in this room. I mean, I would argue at times that it's this room versus Necro at times. But I feel like Necro has been a person. Anybody wants to talk about like beefs that are neighbors to us, I feel like Adams and Necro. Like we've actually squashed our beef. I actually embrace Necro.
I want to know why Reba, whoever this chick is in the chat, is saying that I use the monkey term. Who is this woman?
I'm gonna call you racist so badly. Like you're bringing up shit that like this. Like why, Holly? Why?
And she's calling me a Karen, which I fucking hate. Ugh, if there's anything that I hate more than being called a fucking Karen. I can't stand fucking Karen. Fuck you, Reba. You're a fucking.
You got the blue nile and the white nile. The blue nile is awesome.
I mean, I like to call people Karens who deserve it. So, but I don't think you deserve to be called a Karen, Holly, based on you.
Thank you, Necro. I appreciate it.
Holly, is that a new haircut?
This does still get back to the question Roger asked originally, though, around these kinds of discussions. I do think that there's something interesting there about the way that people can make accusations or like about Holly or any other white person, and then when that person wants to push back on it, for example, Adams, you did it, and I think you did it because you don't want Holly to take fucking fire from anyone, but like why would we want to suggest that people not defend themselves against claims to have the kind of weight that they're meant to have? I actually think that Holly's best course of action is just not to take those claims seriously, that she should think the accusation of racism is as close to meaningless as possible at this point, because people are so willing to make it. Like, it doesn't seem to require evidence. It doesn't even seem to require anyone give proof of it at all in any case. And when someone pushes back on it, they're like, the idea is they probably just shouldn't do it because it's not going to be good for them. All of those things combined, to me, should not suggest that people should be open to having these conversations. It suggests to me that the claim of racism has lost all meaning, and whenever someone makes the claim, they should just be disregarded.
I agree with you, Kelly. The only thing about this one was that I like Hakima. I guess that's why I felt I'm glad that we talked about it first. I like it.
But Kelly, like, admit that it's different. Like, I didn't like, hey, Holly, you're a racist. Like, he asked me my opinion. Like, it's not a fact that I need to back up. He asked me my opinion about you. So like, it ain't like that we were just talking about it. Holly, you a fucking racist.
Wait, before you say anything, Roger or Kelly, that account down there with the party hat, funny, that's actually Edmund.
How the fuck did he know?
Okay. Hello, everyone. Good evening.
How the fuck did he know? They busted me. How did he bust me? How did he know? Son of a bitch. Fucking motherfucker. Oh my god, the one with the party hat. I can't believe it. They got busted. There goes my Rogers stream. Fuck. Back to the Bitcoin.
Appreciate that.
I'm still protesting that.
Is anyone going to CES? I'm seriously considering going this year.
Is that in Vegas again? Are they doing it?
Yeah, it's always in Vegas.
What's the adult one? AVN or something?
It's always the same week. It's like literally across the street.
Two birds.
Yeah, I feel like I could meet like my future ex-wife there.
Yeah, I just want to let's just say it's okay, I'm buying a new TV, and I want to go TV shopping at CES because the really expensive stuff, there's nowhere that you can go to actually look at it, and I am not dropping money on something that I've never seen. You know?
What are you thinking?
Oh, dude, just the there's been an explosion in the over like 120-inch television category.
Yeah.
And they're amazing and beautiful, but like you cannot spend that much money on something you've never seen in person.
But is it like, I mean, given brightness, put brightness aside, but it's like beyond laser?
Yeah, no, it's like micro LED
or whatever. It's the same.
What's the optimal distance to sit in front of that?
LA.
Depends on the resolution.
No, 120 inch LA from Vegas.
But sorry, go ahead.
Mohan, look at the Samsung wall.
Yeah, I know that one.
It's Edmund. It's fucking Edmund.
Yeah, so dude, will you say that? I see if they haven't used it, but the
Adams has always been the bane of my recordings.
Which is
He's only been the one who's always been fucking with it.
But I don't know if Bitcoin goes to 200K, I will consider it.
It's funny because like I'm TV shopping right now, and I was like looking at like the top end, right? And I'm
Whoa, Elon Musk is endorsing AFD in Germany. Damn.
OLED versus.
So the reality is the where things get non-linearly expensive right now is over 80 inches. So you can get a very fantastic 77-inch TV right now for between $2,000 to $6,000, and that's probably where you should be right now. And then if you want to go above 80 inches, that's where things get exponentially more expensive.
So I'm looking at an 85 right now, but the problem
probably like what, like 10 grand, 7 grand. How much is it?
Well, it depends because you can end up spending a lot of money or not that much money based on.
Yeah.
They still have the affordable 85-inch TVs.
You have to go to Best Buy to determine if you care about quality or size.
That's right, dude. I was literally, I'm pissed about it.
That's Edmund. Kick him. I thought we were trying to do reconciliation here. They should have invited me out.
Okay, I want this before Christmas. They're like, we can't give it to you until the 27th. I was like, fine. So now I gotta rent a fucking truck because my Bronco isn't big enough to fucking fit this motherfucker in. It's too wide. So I gotta rent a fucking pickup truck to pay. So I could get my TV before Christmas.
But yeah, I would definitely recommend the TV that I was looking at right now was the Hisense came out with 110-inch, 115-inch micro LED versions. And so it has local dimming zones, but it has 40,000 local dimming zones. So it's not OLED, but it's kind of good. But yeah, anyway. And that's around like 15K, but I wouldn't buy it now. I'd wait for Bitcoin to double. But I kind of want to go to CES.
Are you for sure getting an OLED?
Every TV I've had for the past like 7 years has been an OLED, so I know that that's what I want. OLEDs do not really go up to. I think the largest OLED right now is like 97 inches, and that one costs 50 grand. So it definitely.
LG sells a 20,000 or a 20,097 inch that you might want to look at.
Yeah.
It's
I saw that one.
I was just saying, like it might if it's interesting. I've been shopping, so I'm like familiar with a bunch of these TVs at the moment.
I think
But you're talking about the current models, whereas I want to go to CES because CES will tell you all of the stuff that's coming out for this year. And CES will tell you what's coming out this year and what's coming out like 2 years from now, and then you can make like a multi-year plan as to what you want because you get to see it at CES. You know.
I want to know about the eye tracking 3D TVs.
You gotta, Mohan, you have to get your TV that you want now, and then when Bitcoin hits 200K, you just buy a new house and then get the new TV for the new house.
No, buying a house is stupid. Keep your Bitcoin. Tidwell, my major problem is actually the logistics of getting a large TV into an apartment. And I'm actually currently moving apartments, and I'm actually making a requirement, the logistics of getting like a 90-inch television into the apartment, a requirement for the apartment. But the thing I like about
it sounds like Mohan's admitting he's a terrorist because only terrorists.
Okay, so Mohan, I'll tell you what, I will absolutely pay for your LOL rental, and we will get that fucker in there.
How do you watch TV when you're on Clubhouse all day? Exactly, Mohan's a terrorist. That's why.
No. Listen, when you get an 8K Ultra UHD TV, you just fucking have you just have it look at the fucking lion in the savannah. You don't even watch TV. You just look at the great resolution.
Tidwell, your answer about the wall may be what I end up having to do, but not because I want it, but because it's a modular panel display, something you can very easily bring into an apartment. So I'm really hoping that some of these panel companies have come down in price because it's really not logistically possible to get anything above 70 inches into a Manhattan apartment.
Dude, save money on rent.
Tell us what time.
Thanks, Dyke. Mohan, save money on rent and just buy the Apple Vision.
The Apple Vision's retarded. It just hurts your neck.
But big TV.
No, the whole point of a big TV is watching movies at home with multiple people. Otherwise, you just put the fucking laptop on your belly, and that would be a big TV.
You can have virtual friends.
Listen, if you put a laptop on your belly, that TV's 300 inches, okay?
Have you seen the transparent TVs, Mohan?
Yeah, I have no intention of getting that.
Yeah, but dude, it would be a flex to fucking get one. Just saying.
No, I'm all about it. Look, I'm all about the good blacks, and there are no blacks on transparent television. Okay?
You're trying to say there's no good blacks? That's fucking racist.
Yeah, if you buy transparent television, you're gonna live a life of misery with substandard blacks.
Everybody knows a good black takes up more power than a good white.
I feel like if you get a transparent TV, you're not getting it for anything more than just being there's my TV.
No, Tidwell, I agree that your interest in transparency has nothing to do with good blacks. You just don't care about good blacks. I get it.
I'm just being transparent with you.
I don't think there's any even new movies. What movie you can watch on this new TV?
Dude, you're gonna go to YouTube and go to the 8K Ultra.
Exactly. YouTube.
I'm gonna watch Psych and all of his dudes with tits movies, and also the ones the chicks with dicks.
There really aren't new. Name a new movie besides Interstellar.
Is your brain capable of understanding that people have a TV to watch content and not necessarily movies that come out tomorrow?
That's what I'm saying. I only do you.
Dude, Frozen 2.
Believe it or not, I am not a 9-year-old girl, so I have not seen Frozen 2 to this day.
Oh, dude, that's
Then Mohan, what is there's no new movies? So name a new movie.
I don't understand why I need to name a new movie to say there's content I want to watch on an awesome TV.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's either you watch YouTube or you don't we all do this.
I have a backlog of over 1,000 movies on Blu-ray that I want to watch.
Psych is the guy who buys a Suburban because he's it's the same thing as an Escalade, but it's cheaper.
Hey, movies do suck ass now. They've sucked ass for 15 years.
I mean, Bad Boys 5 has got to be coming soon.
I don't think we've had this conversation in this room about movies sucking
There's no original movies.
Oh my gosh.
Conversation in here.
We had.
It's just woke bullshit. That's the problem with movies.
Chris, you're just jelly because Tidwell and I are talking about TVs that cost the average Canadian yearly income. That's why.
That's not. I'm just trying to not have this side conversation about movies not being good since the 90s that we've had. It's just like 45.
Fucking Edmund taken.
Actually, it's 2008 is when they stopped being good. The GFC. That was the end of good movies.
I think Interstellar was.
Interstellar. Listen, I like Interstellar, just like everybody, but it's not that good.
10-year anniversary.
It's not that good.
It's a 10-year anniversary this week.
It's not that good of a film.
What's their last original?
The Dune movies are pretty good. I enjoyed them. They're not original, in that sense, but they're good movies.
Okay, my question still stands. What's the last original movie?
Oh,
That's good.
Jesus. Have you fucking read Joseph Campbell? There's no such thing as you. Chill out. I don't understand why we're talking about.
The last original movie that was good was
Gone with the Wind.
It's hard. That's a hard question, dude.
Easy. Everything, Everywhere, All at Once. Pretty great.
Actually, I did like that. That was pretty good.
Yeah, and it came out like 2 years ago. It's
But I was a fan of The Man from Earth.
I also really liked Jojo Rabbit. I think we should have more films that positively display Hitler.
Space Shuttle Milkshake.
Did you guys like Inside Bo Burnham? I thought that was great.
You mean his comedy special?
Yeah, he actually is talented, creative. I thought it was great.
How about Inception?
I like the White Woman's Instagram song. That's really funny.
And he's super talented, dude. Bo Burnham's very underrated.
Hot Tub Time Machine.
It's a little too. Bo Burnham is a little too millennial angst for me. It's stop trying so hard.
He's a communist, but he's so great.
How did you fix?
No one's answered though. The last original good movie.
I literally answered you and you agreed.
What did you say? I'm sorry.
I said Everything, Everywhere, All at Once, and you were like, "Oh, that was a good movie."
Yeah, no.
Me too. I watched Gladiator, and I was not necessarily too happy with it.
That movie looks horrible.
It was they made Rome into this very weird thing. I ended up having
When you say very weird thing, is it because there was a black guy in it?
No, they made these twin brothers very they involved a lot of the bizarre retardation faggotry with these two twin brothers that ruled Rome, and it just didn't make much sense.
I'll give you some movies from the 2010s that I actually liked. Okay, Arrival. I liked Arrival. What else? Whiplash.
What about Annihilation?
Yeah, I liked Annihilation a lot. Whiplash. 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. If anybody's seen that.
What about? I think it's obligatory to say Dope, which was a movie about Bitcoin. I think it was the first Bitcoin movie.
Dunkirk is better than Interstellar.
We can all agree that the logic is horrible. It's definitely not a problem with conspiracy theory or a far-right conspiracy. It's actually not conspiracy theory at all. It's not a theory at all. It's a statistical assessment, isn't it? So to deny that, I think, would be, how to explain this? Reductive to the sufferings of the people, right? Isn't it? Yeah, that's what they say. Right. How dare we? How dare you? Fuck you. I would say that. I would never say that indigenous population of a country that is declining deserves to decline. That's a fucking myth. Bro, come on. Do you not care about the native populations of the country? What the fuck? I thought we were supposed to care about minorities.
That's gonna be it's gonna be fascinating when Europeans become minorities in their own countries. If it happens, it's they're gonna obviously switch the narrative.
Exactly, right? That's how a dictatorship works, because it was never about assuring that the weak persons win at all. It was assuring the destruction of the West, right? That's what these liberal ideologies or former liberal ideologies were things that I think were actually very good for the world. But then at some point, this pendulum swung so far the other direction that self-hatred got projected into the otherwise good version of liberalism, and then turned it into something that it really wasn't before. Like the old version of liberalism is something that I myself actually support, and I think was actually really good. And it was great because it was something that was an ideology of freedom and merit, as opposed to just complete dominance. Now it's the exact opposite of that. By advancing so far to the other direction that self-hatred has been projected into this thing that liberalism once was, and corrupted it into a perverted version of its former self, which I think is an absolute betrayal to the idea of what liberalism used to be. Because when you used to be a liberal, it was a great thing to be a liberal, and I think it's still a great thing to be that, just not in its current state. I think it was corrupted and destroyed, which is horrible. I think that was terrible to do to the ideology. Like, I highly support it. I used to really support it. And I think Elon's much the same way, and various other people are much the same way as well. There was no one is right-wing here at all. Maybe some people are. I'm not going to fucking judge you for that at all. But I was always a person who thought it was a great thing that was the case, that you had people that fought for freedom and fought for the right of expression and all this kind of stuff. And I think that is extremely important. We should never let go of that. We shouldn't be restricted in our expression here. Like, that's horrible.
Yeah, I've always tend to think like no matter what race or ethnicity you are, like you should there's kind of like a scale of love where like you love your parents to the highest degree, you love your neighbors and like community to like a little bit below that, and then like you love your culture and identity, but that doesn't mean you hate other cultures or identities. It's like they're further distant, so that in a example case like. Dude. Three. I got it. Fucking 3 minutes ago, ironically enough, my third part, remember when I said that the smooth brain situation was going to happen on like the third way, it's going to be proven for the third way? You fucking did it, denied it, saying it's not about denying statistics. Yes, it is, because you're actively denying statistics. It says, but leaving this here, it's a fucking Wikipedia link to some fucking conspiracy theory nonsense. Wikipedia, of course, which is the most reliable source of information on the planet. To the point where academics themselves would say, don't use Wikipedia links. Have we not learned anything from school? Ironically enough, you're like so fucking indoctrinated that you're retarded enough to actually go against the stuff that you've been taught. That's fucking funny as shit, isn't it? Isn't it like the teachers that taught you exactly not to use this, but you're using it anyways? Like, what the hell's wrong with you? Like, it's all about skewing the narrative a certain direction so that you basically appear as more smarter than you actually are. I would say there's no dog whistles here. There's no dog whistles. If you like calling it a dog whistle, that's the thing. What else is saying? It's funny how easily triggered you are. No, this is not triggered. I am simply verbalizing specific data points in such a way that basically assures maximal entertainment for the audience here, which of course, we wouldn't understand because you don't have a show because nobody would ever listen to that. Oh shit, that's why you're like, obviously you're jealous of what's going on here, which is why you like constantly one eye on my ass. But yeah, I'm like specialized primarily in making sure that everything is entertaining. I mean, look, people are laughing, that's good for me, that's what a comedian does as well. The comedian sometimes tells a really fucked up story and somehow makes it funny because it's the presentation that makes it work the way it is. The same thing that is happening right here, right now, it's another thing. I mean, if you want to say that this is triggering, then you can also say like fucking that Ben Shapiro is triggered. But like, bro, his brain is just active and works at that level of RPM consistently. You're gonna fucking criticize him for it? Come on, man, that fucking guy's awesome. Yeah, it's kind of tiresome. It kind of feels like they're just like so out of the loop on basic facts that like isn't worth debating them anymore. No one even believes them anymore. Like it was rejected at the ballot box, literally.
Exactly. It's like this funny thing, man. This is what triggered looks like, because I'm not the one who like drops fucking Wikipedia links and replies like to a fucking stage. Like, bro, what's wrong with you?
The funny thing is, it's not even that it's a debate, right? So there's no assessment of the opinion based on its facts and reason and logic, right? So they're not playing reason, they're playing a label to the whole thing. And the label actually meaningless. You call it snafu, call it Adrian, you presented theory number 157.253, that makes it wrong. So sorry, man, because it's an odd theory and my head labeled it that way, right? That's